Hey, welcome back to the challenge. I'm joined today with Caroline again, and we're going to do some yoga together. So let's begin today's practice in child's pose. So with these head down postures at the beginning, it's a great way to shift your focus inward. When your head is down, eyes closed, you can feel the body starting to calm down naturally. Feel your hips start to release back and down onto your heels. And feel the breath helping to open up the back ribs and the side ribs. Then come up onto your hands and your knees and stretch back into downward dog. Then set your knees down onto the floor and we'll do a little core warm up. Slide your hands under your shoulders, the knees right under the hips. Round your back and look back at your navel first, a little cat-cow. Inhale to arch your back and wheel your chest forward. Exhale to round the back. Inhale to arch. One more time, move with your breath. Then come into neutral with your spine. Stretch your right leg back behind you without your hips twisting and send your left arm forward. Then lift your back leg up an inch, keeping your middle up. And as you exhale, bring the elbow and the knee towards each other. Inhale, reach back out. Exhale, elbow, knee in. Inhale, reach back out. Exhale, elbow, knee in. Inhale, back out. Lower your hand and your knee. Change sides, stretch the left leg back. Send the right arm forward. Keep your middle up as you lift your back leg up just an inch. Exhale, elbow, knee together. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, elbow, knee. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, elbow, knee. Inhale, reach out. Lower your hand and your knee and step into plank pose. Three more breaths here. Get as much space across the collarbones and the tops of the blades as you can. Feel the bottom of the rib cage tip into position. Then slowly glide back into downward facing dog. Walk your feet up to the front of your mat. Inhale, make a flat back, elongate your spine. Exhale, fold forward. Reach to your feet and inhale, come all the way up to stand. Raise your arms up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart, Samasthiti. Inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Step back into plank pose. Hold in your plank with your chest open, middle in, and lift your right leg up just 1 inch. Change legs, lift the left leg up 1 inch. Chest stays open. Set that foot down and stretch back into downward facing dog. Inhale, raise your right leg up behind you. Exhale, bring your knee to your right armpit. Ooh. Inhale, reach it back up. Exhale, knee to your left armpit. Inhale, reach it back up. Exhale, knee to chest, pull up. Step your foot all the way up by your thumb and lower your back knee down. Inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, bring your hands back down to the mat. Curl your back toes, lift your back knee. Plant your left hand flat and twist. Take your right arm up. Bring your hand back down and step back into plank. Lift the left leg up an inch. Chest stays open, spine long. Change legs, right leg up an inch. Set that foot down and stretch back into down dog. Inhale the left leg up from the inner thigh. Exhale, knee to your left armpit. Inhale, reach back. Exhale to your right armpit. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, knee to chest. Pull it up high. And step your foot all the way up by your thumb. Lower your back knee down. Inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, bring your hands back down to the mat. Curl your back toes under, lift your back knee and plant your right hand. Twist, take your left arm up. Bring your left hand back down and step back into plank. Come into plank on your elbows. Set one elbow down and then the other. Good. Press the whole blade of the forearm down into the floor. Spin your inner armpits forward and roll the outer shoulders back. From the center of your chest, spread all the way to the tips of your shoulders, and then lift your floating ribs, body and ribcage back so they aim towards your hips. Then raise your left leg up just an inch, but don't let your hips twist at all, and keep all the opening in your chest. Turn the shoulders. Change legs, right leg up an inch, belly stays up. Good, set that foot down. And lower your hips down, Sphinx pose. Take the back bend, the curve of the lower back, up through your, imagine like one smooth curve through your spine going up into your upper back, chest. Then curl your toes under. Lift back up into plank on your forearms. Then come up into plank on your hands and stretch back into downward dog. Walk your feet forward to the front of your mat. Inhale, make a flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale into chair pose. Bend your knees, sit your hips back, and raise your arms up. Then take your arms forward for a moment, straight out in front of you. Feel the center of your heel bones descend. Scoot from your navel up the front of your spine and raise your arms up. As your arms go up, roll those outer shoulders forward. Feel from in between your shoulder blades, it's like they're spreading and lifting all the way up into your pinkies, the outsides of the blades. Inner blades get to release down off the neck. Then stand and release your arms at your side. Inhale into chair pose, bend your knees and sit back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Step back into down dog. Inhale into plank pose. Then from here, come right into upward facing dog. You got it. Roll the shoulders open. Stretch back into downward dog. Step your right foot up by your right thumb. Warrior one. Set up your back foot, then lift your belly, come right up through the midline. Exhale, hands back down to the mat, plank pose. Chest open, hold there. Upward facing dog. Downward dog, stretch back. Step your left foot, warrior one. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands back to the mat, step back into plank pose. Upward facing dog. Exhale, downward dog. Then look in between your hands, step or float up to the front of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale into chair pose, bend your knees, sit back. Press up to stand, Samastiti. Vrikshasana, tree pose, bring your right heel up onto the inside of your left thigh. Then bring your palms together once you're steady. Even further, if the balance is good, try taking your arms straight up. Good, then bring your leg back down and your arms back down. Change sides, bring your left heel up the inseam of your right leg. Bring palms together. And once you're steady, practice taking the arms all the way up. Good, bring your arms back down, leg back down. Then turn to your right and take your legs wide apart for triangle pose. Spread the arms out and reach out over your right leg. Then bend your right knee and come up into warrior two. Reverse warrior, flip your palm and inhale. Modified side angle, put your hand down onto the inside of your foot. And take your left arm up. Okay, we practiced that bind a little bit ago. Let's try that thing again. Roll the left arm internally. So the thumb points back, the bicep turns in. Then slide the hand behind your back. Okay, cool. Then let's see if you could reach from under you with the right hand and grab a hold of some fingers under there. Okay, now what I don't want you to do, you notice that Caroline, she kept her spine, she didn't like hunch over to get the bind. If you had to hunch over a little bit, then you gotta find the length again through the back ankle line. If you can't do that, you're not ready to do the bottom hand yet. You just keep the bottom hand down. Don't get greedy, okay? Open up your arms, come back up into warrior two. Then change sides. Straighten your right leg, turn to the left, and reach out for triangle. I like that arm stuff you did, that was good. Then reach out over the left leg, Utthita Trikonasana. Cool, cool. So your back foot, it's angled in just slightly, no more than 15 degrees. And then pretend like I'm having a tug of war over your arm string and spread the tops of the blades into the fingers. So you get more opening for the shoulder girdle and your triangle. It's really good, the stretch for the arms. Keep spreading visualize like the nerves from the brachial plexus going all the way into the fingers, opening up the tension in the arms. Then bend your knee and come up into warrior two. And put your hand down onto the inside. Oh, reverse warrior. Flip your palm and inhale. Then reach and put your hand down onto the inside. Right arm up. So if I come into your home and look in your back heel, I'm watching you. Now, see, I want to see that you're long through that line of your back ankle. Now maintain that as you internally rotate your right arm and wrap it behind you. Cool. And then see if you could take the left hand from under. You might lean forward just a little bit, just for a second, and then you gotta pull up again through the back ankle line. Breathe. Then open your arms back up. Reach to your feet and come back up into warrior two. Good. Circle your hands to the mat and take a vinyasa, or just step back to down dog. As you hold in the dog, open up to your knuckles, your fingertips. Draw the thighs up and back. Then step your right foot for warrior one. Inhale, reach your arms up. Enough of that waiting. Look up, join your palms together, full pose. Good, grow the back leg taller, the spine taller, and then let the right thigh drop a little deeper. Then straighten your right leg. Bring your hands behind your back. Take reverse, or bring the knuckles together in your upper back, like so. Step the back foot a little closer. Then as you open up the shoulders, chest, start to lean out over your leg. Then lengthen all the way out over your leg. Think of your back heel as your anchor. Anchor or stake the back heel. And then draw that right outer hip up and back, like it's got a helium balloon on it, pulling it up and tether it back towards the wall behind you. As you reach down even through your right foot, the navel releases to the spine, and let the whole back of the spine move forward and down evenly. Notice if there's places that are trying to resist the forward movement. Reach through your feet and come back up. Then stretch your arms straight down at your side like Tadasana arms. Lean your chest back out over your leg. Feel the right foot even and the right outer hip turn on. Then lean into warrior three, or just practice holding there with the flat back. If when you lean into warrior three, your back rounds, you don't have the strength yet in your core and in your back muscles, it'd be better just to practice with the back foot down. As mentioned earlier, you can look in a mirror or hire somebody from Craigslist to come take photos of you. While the yoga slave off Craigslist. I saw a posting just the other day. Now today, the most challenging, lower the left hand onto the block. Then start to turn the ribs and take the right arm up. And fold forward at the front of your mat, Uttanasana. That was a very long vinyasa. Good job. Let your head drop now. We just did all the yoga poses in one vinyasa. Inhale, make a flat back. Step back into down dog or take a vinyasa. Step your left foot for warrior one. Inhale, reach up, look up, join the palms. Roll those outer shoulders and lift up into your hands, stretch the back leg. Then straighten your left leg, keep lifting. Hands behind your back, knuckles together. Adjust the back foot closer if needed. Open your chest, shoulders, inhale. And exhale, start to fold forward halfway. So important that you're able to use the back muscles that we train in week one to hold this flat back position. Then navel to spine, lengthen all the way out over it. Yeah, so I can't emphasize enough the importance of looking at these poses in a mirror. Not every day, but maybe like once a week, just to see what's happening. See if what is happening in your brain is actually what's happening in your body. Sometimes they're off. Then press into your feet and come back up. Arms down at your side, chest open, start to lean out over your leg, maintaining the open front body. And then get even on your left foot. Feel your left outer hip engage as you float the back leg up. The middle upper back will want to hunch over. Don't let it. Keep it long, keep the middle lifted, lower belly lifted. Grow that back leg longer through the tailbone, through the inner foot, heel. Good, now without rounding the back, keep that length. Set the right hand down, turn the rib cage, and take the left arm up. Nice. Now Caroline's doing a really good job of staying long through the midline. The tendency is to kind of like lean back to avoid the twist in the thoracic. So see if you can keep elongating the middle upper spine straight out through your crown and keep turning. Then hand down, head down, lower down. Bend your knees and roll yourself up to stand. Inhale into chair pose. Bend your knees and sit back. Bring your hands to prayer. Sit a little deeper into your chair and twist to your right. What does it mean to lengthen out through the midline? What the hell is that? Imagine I drew a line down the center of your mat, straight down like a little chalk line, and I want your tailbone to aim straight back through the line and the crown of your head straight out through the line. Get as long as you can first, always in a twist. It's how much length first, and then see if the body can twist without rounding over. Shift the weight into your right heel, feel your right outer hip turn on, then step your left leg back into the lunge crescent twist. Standing splits, fingertips down, raise your back leg up from the inner thigh. And lower your left leg to meet your right. Let your head drop. Bend knees and roll yourself up to stand again. Stand tall up over your ankles. Inhale into chair. Bring hands to prayer, sit back deeper, and twist to your left. Once you get the elbow to hook, lengthen through the midline. Tail straight back, crown straight ahead. Then shift the weight over into your left heel. Feel the left outer hip turn on. Slide the right leg back into the lunge. And standing splits, fingertips down, raise your back leg up. Lower your right leg to meet your left. Inhale, flat back. Step back to down dog or take a vinyasa. Look in between your hands and hop to a seated position. And come into boat pose. Bring your knees up, take your arms forward. Squeeze in with the legs. And bring the knees close enough to your chest that it feels like in between your torso and your thighs you make a V shape. Good, now slowly with control, lower down onto your lower back into Ardha Navasana, low boat pose. Then for just a moment, to make sure that we're working the abs right, bring your legs into tabletop position and feel your low abs draw in and up towards your bottom ribs and your bottom ribs draw down towards your low abs. Then stretch your left leg forward, maintaining, change legs. And then maybe send both legs forward, keeping those low abs, bottom ribs drawing in. Come back up into boat pose. Whew. Put the feet down. With the knees bent, take your hands a foot behind you. Open your shoulders and your chest. If you have any wrist or shoulders issues, might be good just to hold here. Otherwise, start to lift the hips up. Good. Keep turning the shoulder heads back as you move the thoracic in. Then start to lift the tailbone up through the front of your pelvis. Lower your butts back down and send your arms forward. Bring the knees up. Slowly lower into low boat pose. Feel those abs turn on. Come back up into boat pose. And back into reverse plank. Put your hands a foot behind you. Open your shoulders, chest, and lift up. Open the front of the pelvis from the center to the sides and take the tailbone up through. Roll the shoulders back, expand the chest. And lower your butt back down. Good, lie down onto your back. All right, now today we're gonna do a little supported bridge variation. So lift your hips up and slide a block underneath your pelvis. Cool. So this one is we're gonna do a little practice to cue length for the psoas, and then we'll build upon this later, don't worry. But I want you to just feel your pelvis nice and even on the block, and then without your hip bones twisting at all. Here's your front hip bones. Keep them equidistant from your shoulders and equidistant from the ceiling as you stretch your right leg out along the floor. Lengthen from the inner front hip all the way down through your big toe. And at the same time, draw from the skin of the lower belly towards the chest. So you're feeling the psoas get longer through the reach of the leg and the action of your belly. Rebend your knee and change sides without the hips twisting, because that'll borrow from the lower back instead of the psoas. Then rebend your knee, lift your buttock up, move your block to the side, and lower your buttock down. Hug your right knee into your chest as you stretch your left leg out. Open your right arm out to the side. Then take your knee over to the left. Come back to center. Change sides. Hug your left knee in. Open your left arm out to the side and take your knee over to the right. Come back to center. Hug both knees to your chest. And take happy baby. Reach onto the insides of your knees. Grab the outsides of the feet. Then release that and stretch your legs out for shavasana, corpse pose. Let your feet fall open, hands about a foot away from your body. Let the body drop into the mat. Let go. Then gently bend the knees and roll over to your right side. Press yourself up to seated. Bring the palms together and sit tall. Namaste. Thank you. Have a great day. Thanks for joining us today. And again, thank you to Caroline for coming out and being in a couple of videos. Really good to have you again. Have a great day. I'll see you next time. Tomorrow.